What is going on, guys? JT43 here, and in this video I'm going to be showing you how to do an oil change on a 1992 all the way up to 2000 SC400. 92 to 95, it will be exactly the same. 97s to 2000s are a little bit different, but I don't know how much different they are. I haven't actually had my hands on a 97 and up. But if you still want to try and follow this process, I mean, it's most likely the same. There also could be little differences. But anyway, yeah, I'm going to be showing you how to do an oil change. Funny, the first time I did an oil change on this thing, I didn't record it, but it was pouring rain. And I was so dedicated to getting it done that, like, I just found a way to cut, like, all the corners. But I got it done in the pouring rain, but it's not raining, so, you know, let's do it properly. And so I'm not gonna waste any time. The first thing you're gonna need is a jack. And if your jack doesn't have a pad, meaning like it doesn't have a pad to sit on the actual stump itself, you're gonna wanna get something to cover this hard kind of steel here. You have pinch welds under here that you have to follow. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, I will show you. If you come under here, you will see the pinch welds here. These two knobs right here are where you're supposed to jack the car up from. And when you put this piece without a pad right in between these two grooves here, even if you put it on the you know, flat piece of pinch weld, it'll still kind of bend it, and you know, it chips the paint and it can start to rust. This is a pretty clean example of an SC. I'm not trying to damage it like that, so since I don't have a pad, I just kind of use what I have laying around to kind of protect my pinch welds. Without further ado, I'm gonna go ahead and jack the car up. So I guess I'll explain why. So the oil filter is actually on this side, not on that side. So you don't have to lift it directly up. You just need to get the one side up so you can get access to it. So I'll line this guy up, make sure this is all the way down. I'll start jacking this up. So now that we have that jacked up, I'm gonna put a wheel under here just for safekeeping. Got my tire under there just to be safe, and now we can safely work in the front. And so I am now on the ground here, and this is my aero shield. My aero shield's kind of broken, so I can kind of get away with just snapping it, not snapping it, but pulling it forward and having it just kind of like fold in on itself because it's already kind of fucked up. But you're gonna be doing this the right way. So you're gonna have to take this whole undershield off, not this guy, just this guy, because right underneath here is your actual oil filter. So I'm gonna go ahead and take this guy off, which is just 10 millimeters. They should be screws, but for some reason mine has like sheetrock screws and stuff. But yeah, just take all of the bolts out that take this aero shield out. All right, so on second thought, I'm not gonna be messing with my bolts because they're wanting to strip. And honestly, I don't really want to deal with that right now, to be completely transparent with you. I'm just going to take out the two sides. So there's two over here and there's two on that side, exactly the same as this. I'm just going to take those out and fold mine over. All right, so I have my shield down, but before I do that, the oil pan is back here. We have to drain the oil. So we're going to have to come in here. I might have to jack the car up a little higher too. But in the drain bolt, this bolt at the end here, it's gonna be a size 14. So you're gonna grab a size 14 ratchet and socket. You're gonna take off this bolt here to let the oil drain. Once you have that bolt out, you're just gonna go ahead and let all this oil drain. All right, so once you have let that all drain out, it's a good idea to just kind of wipe the washer down. You can see no metal trunks. We'll take a good look at this oil when I pull this tray out, but I'm not seeing any flakes or anything. Those little like dots, those are just bubbles. You can put the nut back on if it's doing this. I just like to drain out all the bad oil, so once this streak is fully stopped, that's when I'll put the bolt back in. And then I'm gonna go ahead and tighten this nut back up. You're gonna snug it up. You're not gonna over tighten it. If you strip this, it's gonna be a really bad day, because now you just turned a 30-minute job into like a 4-hour job. Now you gotta replace the oil pan. So just, you know, tighten it lightly. Okay, just a little bit. And that's good. Let's take a look at this oil. So I can't find any metal shavings. Checked all the oil, can't find any metal shavings. I can run a magnet through here, but that's kind of overkill as well. But yeah, just, you know, take care of your cars and your cars will take care of you. Okay, so we have the two things you're gonna need. You're gonna need an oil filter, obviously, and you're gonna need a oil filter remover tool. Now, as far as part number, I've been using the STP for a while now. I use it in my Scion every time I do an oil change, and I haven't had any problems with the STP extended life. Here's the part number for this. A lot of things I like to go OEM, but something as oil filters, you know, it doesn't always have to be OEM. Okay, so now that we have this peeled back, we can clearly see the oil filter right in here. So I'll get my sleeve around it like that, and then I'll have to just kind of pull down to actually release the filter. And now once you crack it loose, you're gonna go ahead and just take it completely off. Okay, so slowly but surely. All right, so it was a little bit hard to film and kind of unscrew it at the same time because of the awkward position, but I did get it out. And so the most important thing that you want to make sure is that when you do take it out, it comes with this ring. So there's something called double ringing, right? So if I go back to the new oil filter over here, this one already kind of comes with a ring. So if you pull your old oil filter out without this kind of seal ring, and you put the new one on, it's gonna act like a spacer. So it's gonna have two O-rings, so it's not gonna sit correctly. So yeah, you always wanna make sure that when you're taking, this is just for any car too, when you're taking out your old oil filter, that it comes with the sealant ring, so that you're not double ringing. But anyway, they look a little different, but they are the same parts. They are the same part number, S3614XL. This one is S3614XL. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna take the new one, we're gonna dip our finger in this old oil, and we're going to coat the ring in oil. You wanna make sure that you put this on lubricated. You don't wanna put this on dry. And then once you have that done, we can go ahead and screw it on. All right, so you can see the open threads there. This is gonna be a little hard to record because I'm in the most awkward position right now, but I'm just gonna go ahead and line it up. Threads grab right on. Go ahead and just tighten this up by hand. You don't have to go super tight because it's going to be really hard to get off when you do your next oil change, as much as you possibly can. So new oil filter is on. Let's drop the car down and then fill this thing up with oil. All right, so now that we have that out of the way, go ahead and pull my wheel out. All right, so now to add oil, we'll open this up. We will pop the hood. There it is, that beautiful 1UZ FE. Gotta get some fresh oil. So this calls for 5W30. With the filter, calls for 5.1 quarts. Even though it says 5.1 quarts, I always just like to check the dipstick, fill it up to full, let the car run, let the oil fill up that filter, shut it off, and then check it again. But we're simply just gonna put 5 quarts, which is this guy, and then we'll put, you know, we'll inch it in with this guy. And if it still needs more, we have a whole bottle, but we have also this guy to inch in some more. All right, so we'll go ahead and undo the oil cap, which is this guy. It even says it right here. I'll show you, hold on. So undo this guy, and then right here, it says 5W30. So we're gonna fill it up with 5W30. All right, so I got my funnel here. That fits in just like that. We'll start pouring in this valvoline. So we'll just go ahead and fill this whole 5-quart bottle. All right, so that was the whole 5-quart bottle. What I'll do is I'll let it sit for a little bit, let it sink to the bottom, see if we have any leaks or anything like that. And if we don't, I'll check oil level, make sure that's where it's at. If we have to adjust it to full, we'll adjust it to full, and then we'll start it up. All right, so let's check the oil. Make sure we're at least on the dipstick, because that was a full 5 quarts. It's really hard to see if I can get it to focus, but we are like right at the half mark between full and low. So we're on the dipstick at least. A few splashes of this quart bottle, and we should be where we need to be. Crack one of these bad boys open. All right, I put in some of that quart. Let's go ahead and check what we got. Right at the full mark. So that's good. That's good to go. So since we were at the full mark, we're gonna go ahead and start it up, let that filter get filled with oil, and then we will see where we're at. All right, so it's been running for a good amount of time. I'm gonna let everything sit again, and then we're gonna go ahead and check the level again. Okay, so with the filter, we are right about, if I can get it to focus, we are right about more than halfway after filling up the filter. So it is fine right there, but if you do want to add that little bit of extra oil, you can, just to get it to the full mark. So anyway, that is how you do an oil change on a Lexus SC400. Don't forget to test drive it just in case if you hear knocking. I don't know. And so the last thing you're gonna want to do is just reset your odometer so that you know, you can keep track of when it's gonna hit whenever you want to change your oil. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna hit reset right over here, hold it, and it just resets the miles. But anyway, if you did enjoy the video, if this helped you out in any way, please like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you later.